It's not about the money, money, money. We don't need your money, money, money. We just want to make the world dance. Forget about the price.
Hi guys. So I've been asked a few times if it's expensive to be on a vegan diet, how much it costs. I don't have like exact numbers because when I went back and tried to look at statements to compare how much I spend now on groceries to how much I spent a couple years ago, it was too hard. There's too many factors because, Walmart or Smith's, but I thought, well, I don't know how much I was spending on food or spending on, like toilet paper and paper towels and all the other things you buy at the store. But I'm just going to tell you just an estimate and how I feel cost has changed since I went vegan. A vegan diet can be expensive. So initially when I went vegan and I was transitioning, then I feel like I bought maybe a little bit more of the mock meats sometimes. Any of the substitutes for dairy, those are really expensive. If you buy like a little block of cheese, it's costs like the same as like a big block of dairy cheese, but it's not real cheese, it's made from nut fat, but it's so expensive just for a little block. So things like that could be very costly if you kept buying the mock meats, the mock dairy items. Another thing that can make the vegan diet expensive is if you're buying all like organic produce and products and everything, which, that's great. I do try to buy organic most of the time. That's just me, and some people will buy all, But anyway, organic has nothing to do with vegan, really. Some of you out there that are not vegan, you might buy organic, or vice versa. If you are vegan, then you do, whatever. I don't know. Everyone's different with that. But I do know that that could add up too. So if you were buying all the mock meats and the dairy stuff, and if you were buying organic products, things like that, yeah, I would say it would be more expensive. Being vegan can also be cheap though. You could actually save money on your grocery bill if you cut out all the stuff I just talked about, and if you were just buying basic stuff. So we're talking a bag of potatoes. That can feed a lot of people. That can last for a while. That's cheap. If you're buying rice, if you're buying pasta, things like that, those are just cheap carbs that a lot of vegans fuel off of anyway, that are cheap. Beans are cheap. Any of the lentils, legumes, those are all fairly cheap. My most basic go-to that I eat as a vegan, bananas. There's people out there that like live off of bananas. They do like banana cleanses, which I think I'm gonna do one day. But they'll just eat like mostly bananas. Bananas are cheap. And I think it's safe to say that even organic bananas are very cheap. And they're filling, and they have everything they need in them, pretty much. You could add some greens with it, so you could be a very cheap vegan and you would thrive and feel great and not spend a lot of money if you just bought the basic stuff. Produce is usually not too expensive either, unless you're buying like out of season produce or like just something really fancy and exotic that doesn't normally grow in the US or around here. And if you do spend a little extra money, who cares? Because you're investing in your health, which I know it sounds dumb, but when you really think about it, if you're buying crappy food and you're eating poorly, and then you're paying money for doctor's bills, insurance, medications, and then eventually if you go down the road of having cancer or heart disease, which is the two top killers in our country, in our nation, then you could have put all that money towards your health and not towards hospital bills or whatever extreme thing that you had to do at the end to save your life or to live a little longer. And I get a lot of people that say, I would rather just, enjoy my crappy food now that I love, that's cheap and it tastes good. I'd rather enjoy that now and die young. I'm okay with that. Here, a lot of people argue that with me because they'll make fun of me when I say I want to live a long time. But I honestly feel that the people that say that deep down, most of them would want to prolong their lives when it came down to it, you know? Unless if they were like super miserable, I guess, like laying on their deathbed. But I mean, honestly, I think that when you're in that moment of being sick, then you're like, oh, I would do anything now, you know? And then it's that, then you have those regrets. I would do anything now if I could live a few years longer. If it does cost you more to be vegan, then so be it, because I feel like you're investing in your health. I don't feel like I've spent more money going vegan, especially where I buy just those basic staples: bananas, potatoes, rice, pasta, fruits and veggies, grains, oatmeal. That kind of stuff's been really cheap. So probably at this point, I think I've saved money. I can't really tell you with numbers because I couldn't pull up bank statements from 2 years ago. I tried. Anyway, that's my little spiel and my thoughts about what it costs to be vegan. So take what you want from it. I don't know. If you are vegan and you have some thoughts on this or some tips and advice, or if you could do a better job of explaining it, then leave some comments or link your video, whatever. This will just help. I think this video will just help some of my non-vegan friends that are wondering about grocery bills. Well, we'll see you guys next time.